It's on. They just came on. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the regular meeting of the City of Charlestown Board of Public Works. Today is May 7th, 2026, and it's 10 a.m. We will begin our meeting. This meeting is being live streamed by Under Production Multimedia. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you can please join. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Let the record show that board members Treva Hodges and Ernie Thompson are here. Maggie Wild was unable to be here today. We have our clerk treasurer Donna Coomer and our attorney Perry McCall is with us as well. We have an agenda that's been provided. I will make a motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
Second by Ernie Thompson. Any edits? None from me. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That was unanimous. We have our standing business, which includes the approval of our minutes from April 16th, 2025, our current claims and our payroll allowance docket from April 13th to April 26th.
I'll make
Entertain a
that
motion.
motion.
Ernie makes the motion, I second. Any questions or edits? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous. This time we'll receive any public comment from the audience. None? Okay, no public comment today. Moving into old business, none. And a packed agenda for new business. Up first, I will call forward our Chief of Police, Eric Cruz, to introduce a new program, the Blue Envelope Program.
All right, this is the Blue Envelope Program. We got word of this about probably almost a year ago. When a community member reached out to the city asking about this, if we can somehow get this started. So me and Sergeant Alex Billings last year started researching all around the country with these types of programs. What we was finding that there was really not like a real standard for it. Everybody was doing something kind of different. And then recently this year, Bloomington, Indiana PD released their Blue Envelope Program. And we was able to reach out to them, and they were gracious enough to send me all their information on their program. And it really felt like it's something here in Charlestown would really benefit from. So we went ahead and started working on the program to get the blue envelopes made and get the program up and running. So I send everything in, and what this program would do would be someone could come down to the police department in the lobby or ask one of our police officers for a blue envelope. And it would help drivers who have autism where they can keep all their information in one envelope. And that way, in the likely event that they're pulled over, if they have contact with the police somehow or some way, they can give that envelope to the police officer. And it has directions and tips and information on it for the officer and for the driver. So that way everybody stays safe. And it also comes with a blue envelope sticker that goes on the back of the car. So that way the officer, if they're pulling them over, they'll kind of know and have a heads up. So we believe this program will be really good in Charlestown, and we look forward to starting it.
Yeah, so Christine Johnson was the community member who reached out a while back, and I forwarded on to Chief. And Chief, I want to commend you for taking quick action on this. Anything we can do to help keep our community safe is great. I did want to, Christine, we invited her to be here today since it was her idea that she kind of put forward, and she wasn't able to be here, but I did want to share with the board her comments. She said that we were able to use this information, so she gave this information willingly for us to share. She said, "My daughter Sarah is diagnosed with autism and is a new driver. She's told me more than once that the idea of being pulled over, even for something minor like a taillight, causes her real anxiety. For autistic individuals, social interactions can be challenging, and encounters with law enforcement can feel especially overwhelming. When Sarah heard that Charlestown is moving forward with the Blue Envelope Program, she was excited. Knowing that she can hand an officer the envelope and have them understand her needs right away has done a lot to lower her anxiety." So I wanted you to make sure that you heard that it's going to have an immediate impact on this young woman in particular, her comfort driving. So
I think it sounds like a great deal.
Yeah. And we do want to stress that when you come to the police department to pick up an envelope, we're not going to be asking any medical information or confirming anything like that.
I
So
just got one question. How come the envelope isn't blue?
it is. It is, isn't it?
it is blue.
Yeah, it is blue.
It looks white in
No, it's just the way it looks on the
Okay,
screen.
I'll go along
It
with it.
is in fact blue.
It looks white here.
There's a sticker on the car as well too.
Yeah, so the envelope will come with a contact card where they can put emergency contact information for a trusted family member,
Okay,
That's good.
and then a sticker for them to put on the back of their car. So
perfect. But we're not keeping a record, we're not logging people's medical information, we're
Nope.
keeping any of this
We're not
information.
keeping a log of anyone's
just
name
kind
to grab one.
Voluntary program for them
Yep.
to do.
Sounds great.
Yeah, so I'll make a motion that we approve that.
I'll
program.
second that motion.
Second, Bernie Thompson, any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye,
Aye, that's unanimous.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, chief.
thanks.
Next up, we had some additional work proposals that goes on to our Community Crossings Matching Grant paving project for this year, and I'll have Sally Hughes from HWC Engineering here to go over both of those. Essentially, these are change orders that have come about on the project that are related to the economic development or redevelopment of the Forest Edge area, where we want to add a sidewalk section of Harrison Street and pave a portion of High Street as a part of that redevelopment. So although these will be change orders for the project, they will be paid for by the redevelopment commission. So we're not gonna be out any money on this ourselves, it'll go to the redevelopment commission at their meeting. But Sally, if you wanna go over those two change orders, that'd be great.
Sure. Change order number 1 from Livs Paving is for the construction of a sidewalk on Harrison Street from Main Street to Green Alley on the north side of the street. It is a 5-foot wide sidewalk with curb ramps, and it'll be constructed to ADA and NDOT standards and specifications. This change order is for $39,961, and I'm asking for the Board of Works approval of this contract to this change order to Livs Paving, pending the approval of payment by the redevelopment commission.
Okay, you can do both at once if you want
Okay.
to do them.
Change order number 2 is, and I have a photo, if y'all wanna see exactly where this is. I only brought 2, sorry.
Thank you.
Go.
Good one, because I'll-
Yeah.
so I'm
Okay.
familiar with it. I'll put that in the file.
Change order number 2 is paving that section of High Street to help with stormwater runoff. And the change order amount is for $17,857 even.
So that was 39, read that again.
$39,961
And 17,
and $17,857.
857. So I will entertain a motion to approve the change order of $39,961 to add sidewalks on that stretch of Harrison Street and $17,857 to pave that portion of High Street pending the approval of the funding through the redevelopment commission.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Bernie Thompson, I second. Any questions on that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous. Thank you, Sally.
Thank you.
Up next, as you know, we've been trying to work on our public arts, and we've had a lot of success with, the painting of the stairwell. We have the painted picnic table project we do. We did the mural last year on the side of the concession stand down at Greenway. And for years, I've been talking to Donna about potentially doing a mural on the side of City Hall here on Main Street, because there's a lot of pedestrian traffic that comes up through there.
Sure.
You got the Venro venue there, where they're having events. And we've been trying to decide what that should look like. And recently, a community member who was a very active member on the beautification committee for a number of years, Ms. Pat Little, reached out and had a fantastic idea about doing some wings. You've seen probably in places where people will paint wings where people can stand at the wings and have selfies or pictures or whatever. Kind of creates an interactive art feature. And so we reached out to a muralist to get a quote. So Olivia, she goes by Lily Mosley with Fine Line Artistry, came out on site and visited with us and has submitted a proposal for a service here in a not to exceed amount of $7,980. And this would be to paint a mural on the side of City Hall here on that Main Street side that would include flowers and the phrase, the phrase is, what is it? Good things grow here or something like that. Yeah, good things grow here, and then the interactive butterfly wings, one for children kind of down low, and then one for possible adults. It would look really nice, we think. And Lily has she's got an extensive resume of doing mural proposals, or doing murals in different places. We've checked her out, Donna scoped her out, I scoped her out, and she's very talented. So that not to exceed amount is $7,980. And Perry, I just wanna make sure that because this is a service and it's that amount, we don't have to do sealed bids or anything like that. This is a specific service that we're targeting, so
In the amount, yeah.
we're good, okay. So I would recommend that we authorize her to move forward with that. She thinks that she can get this done before Founder's Day as well, so that would be really nice to have all the crowd up here and have that done if we get it approved.
I'll second.
All right, so I'll make the motion, Ernie seconds. Any questions on that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous, so I'll let Lily know that, and Donna will get her W-9 and all that stuff.
Okay,
And I know you need that.
yes,
So,
I'll put a note on it for Lacey.
and she was waiting until we got the approval before she submitted anything like that. All right, next up, the lit analysis scope. So I reached out to our financial analyst, Baker Tilly, because as you know, with the Senate Enrolled Act 1 for 2025, we are experiencing some interesting budgetary challenges. But on top of that, this year in 2026 General Assembly session, they passed a new update to that legislation for 2025 that delays the adoption of the local income tax changes until 2029, adopted 28. And in the meantime, they also are requesting that cities connect with the county council and have joint meetings where we discuss what it would look like if we were to do a county-wide local income tax rather than the municipal-based income tax. In order for us to fully understand what the impact would be for the city and get the best coverage for the city, we need to update our financial projections for that lit analysis, the local income tax analysis. What kind of revenue do we think we're gonna get if we were to adopt our own local versus sharing with the county? So I asked them to provide that analysis, and they submitted over an engagement letter for providing that analysis. It's not to exceed $4,500. This will be paid for out of our allocated financial services from our budget. And I need a motion to authorize them to start that work.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Arnie Thompson, I second. Any questions on that? Donna, did that summarize that? I mean, is that your understanding of all that as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good. So, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that is unanimous. Let's see. Drainage repair quotes. Tubby's not here for this, so, I will go over these. We had a resident, several residents that live in the Ashley Springs neighborhood reach out about some stormwater drainage. I sent out Tony and Tubby, our MS4 team, to investigate that. And the city does need to step in here and do some mitigation of this work, of this area. So we got 3 quotes on filling this in. This is around the head wall in Sunset Loop in Ashley Springs neighborhood. So we had a quote from Group 1 Excavating, G1 Dirt LLC, in the amount of $6,800. This is all went out with your packet. We had a quote from Bill Broughton Excavating for $12,506.04. And we had a quote from Hoosier Dirt Works in the amount of $6,200. So the staff recommendation here is to go with the Hoosier Dirt Works quote of $6,200 being the lowest responsive bidder on that. So I would need a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Ernie Thompson, I will second. Any questions on that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that is unanimous. And of course, that will be paid for out of our existing drainage allocation appropriation. I just went back one too far. Hold on, let me get back in today's meeting. There we go, all right. Parks Department, we have 2 contracts, looks like for Paul Boggs Band. Carrie Basham, our Parks Director, will present those.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so we have a couple contracts for the Paul Boggs Band. The first one we're gonna do is for June 18th. This will be for our family fun night. We'll put them down in the depot. I have their contract, their W-9, their workers' comp waiver, and the invoice I've already sent to Deborah. So that cost for that will be $600. And then they also have the same thing, contract W-9, insurance and everything. This one will be for November 5th. We always get them for the senior dinner. So we serve the seniors food, and then we also bring in the Paul Boggs Band, which they really like. And the cost for that one is $600 as well.
You're paying for those out of,
These will come out of our revenue for both of those. Well, I'm sorry, the one for June, that'll be Founders because that's sponsorship. And then the one for November will come out of our revenue.
I'll make a motion to approve those.
I'll second.
Second by Ernie Thompson. Any questions on those? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous. And then, are you doing the Maurice Ball contract as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So this one is for Maurice Ball. We hired him last year, but unfortunately, we didn't get to see what he could do because the rain canceled our Founders for last, or I guess it would have been Community Days.
Right.
So we're gonna use him this year on the June, I think he is, the June 20th. So he'll be here from noon to 4 to kind of fill the space before all the bands start, while the vendors and everything are out there, play some music and different things. So he'll be here from noon to 4 on June 20th for $650. I have his contract, his W-9, and insurance waiver.
And that's, again, covered by sponsorships.
Correct, yeah, this will be Founders as well.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Second by Ernie Thompson. Any questions on that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous.
All right, thank you.
Carrie. All right, up next, I had a visit last week from a resident, Crystal Flynn was her name, and she has interest in leading a volunteer effort to construct and maintain a community garden out there at the land at Shadow Lake that was just opened for the first phase. And she will 100% take responsibility for maintaining this. She said it doesn't have to be a food garden, it can be pollinator garden. You know, she wants to basically coordinate volunteers, and I told her that Brian, our media director, could send out an email once it's approved to call for volunteers that would want to connect with her. But for legal reasons, and since it is on city property, I thought it best for us to get approval from the board for her to tackle that. Perry, we would want to make sure, I think that we have from you a volunteer waiver that you've already provided. So we would, of course, make sure that every volunteer that wants to come out on that site would fill out that waiver, and we would keep that on file. Do you see any other issues with allowing them to construct and maintain a community garden out there?
No, I don't think so. I
Okay.
mean,
And she'll be in touch with us and coordinate that, but I just wanted to make sure we were giving her approval on that. And since the land isn't developed yet, and won't be developed for quite some time based on our finances from the state, it's a good use to get people out there and working on the site, so. Do we get a motion?
I'll make that motion.
All right, motion by Brian Thompson, I'll second. Any questions on that?
Make a motion that Toby has to help her.
Toby will, in fact, he'll probably be the one that tills it
I
up.
was trying to
He's
help.
usually the one that tills things up for us, so we'll send him out there to do
I
the
was
tilling
trying to
for
keep
her.
Tony on the track.
I thought we don't be on no track.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous, thank you. And then I think Heather Shrimp, our deputy clerk treasurer / HR extraordinaire, was going to present the BMS renewals for Cobra and POV. We can do those in one motion, I believe, so.
So I have two items. The first one is the BMS Premium Only Plan Renewal. The cost is $150. BMS creates the document required by the IRS to make pre-tax contributions for our health plans.
Okay,
The other document is the renewal of our health reimbursement arrangement. The plan is staying exactly the same. The renewal cost is $150, and then we pay $4.50 per month per participant. But the plan structure is gonna stay the same. This cost shares with the employees for their out-of-pocket medical expenses for a maximum reimbursement, depending on what plan coverage the employee has.
great. All right, I'll make a motion to approve those.
I'll second the motion.
Ernie Thompson seconds, any questions? All in favor, say aye. Aye, that is unanimous, thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
And then we did have two sorry, 2 claims that, Donna called for me. Make sure we get these paid. This is a standing these are the ones we had contracts for already, it's just need to get the claims in there, so we need to get these approved. This is for our cleaning contracts at the police department, and then at the Arts and Enrichment Center. So again, it's existing contract, they sent the claim over kind of late and didn't make it into the packet. The invoice amount for the A&E for Breathe Easy cleaning is $625, and then the one for the police department, also from Breathe Easy Cleaning, is $1,200. So we just need to make a motion to approve those claims.
I'll make that motion.
Ernie Thompson makes a motion, I second it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that is unanimous. It's executed for her. Perry, was there anything else we needed to be aware of on your account?
No, not that I can.
That long pause makes me nervous. The attorney takes a long pause. I'm like, wait a minute,
I was
what's he
waiting for
about to
something, like,
say?
oh, man, what the-
We're gonna be here a while. Hey, before we adjourn, we're having a National Day of Prayer on the square
Oh,
at
that's
noon.
right, yep.
And all, and I know a young lady's gonna sing the national anthem, so I'll definitely be there.
That young lady wouldn't have to be your granddaughter, would it?
Well,
Yes.
somebody said it was, yeah.
Somebody said it
Yeah.
was.
Hey, they are having a concert tonight too at 6:30.
At,
The middle school,
at the middle school?
yeah,
Okay.
6:30.
Awesome. All right, so everybody can hang around for National Day of Prayer out there on the square at noon. Donna, do you have anything else for us other than signatures?
I'll take a motion, we adjourn.
All right, we have a motion to adjourn. I will second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we are adjourned. Thank you all for being here
Hey,
today.
Donald, last